see. Well, when I went there, there was a little tiny moth on the yak yarn. I'm like, okay. And then I saw another little tiny moth on the yak yarn. So I'm like, okay. I decided I would take all of my natural fiber content yarn, put it in that plastic bag for yarn storage, and then stick it in the freezer. From everything I've read, I need to stick it in there for at least 72 hours. So it'll be in there a while. Now, some say you should thaw it for 4 to 48 hours and then stick it in the freezer again and store it in airtight bags. Now, it is my fault that the yarn got the little tiny moths. They've been in our house all summer, so it is just to clarify. It was not in the yarn originally. It was in my house. So, anyway, that is why you can see my lovely yarn in the freezer. And I hope this works. There is another way you can do it with with heating it up in the oven, but that sounded a little stressful, so I decided not to go that route. So we're going to try the freezer method. I'm pretty sure there were no eggs or larvae, but I will thoroughly check the yarn. I'm going to have to swift it and hang it up when it comes out to see if there are any remaining bits. But I may have to do the whole process twice just to be sure. Because, like I said, the prospect of putting it in the oven stresses me out a little bit. So, there you go. My funny story is then related to that. This afternoon, I had told my stepdaughters that I was going to be recording most of the day, but, off and on. And so she kind of like mouthed to me in the doorway, are you recording? And I said, no. So, come on in. She goes, why is there yarn in the freezer? And I just laughed and said, yes, that's a reasonable question. So, yes. So it was the 17-year-old that was like, I'm going to make sure that Lori didn't just put this in here in a brain fog, which was nice of her. So it's just funny. It just added to the fact that I was already going to tell you I had to put yarn in the freezer. So there you go. Now on to the winding of balls. Okay, I need to ball up this yarn or cake up this yarn from the cow blanket because the skein is kind of a mess at this point. I just have to find the center pole. Is that it? I don't think so. No, I think that's outside. Yep, that's outside. Okay, where's my center pole? I know it's here somewhere. All right. I am not going to put this on full speed, in case you were wondering. I'm thinking I need to... Sorry. I need to... something. Oh, redo hair. I think it needs some purpling. But I might do two-toned like Lexi has right now. I was considering it. Lexi from Helix Stitchcraft. Anyway, and I've got to figure out a music thing. That's a whole different challenge. But again, let's see if we can do this without the yarn yeeting. That will be a miracle. Have I ever had it not yeet? Oh, did you know that you have to plug this in? I don't have the cord attached. Yes, I do not have a cordless. And an electrical winder needs electricity. There we go. All right. Hold the power strip over here. All right. Oy vey. Scraped my head a little bit. So that was fun. I get that? Oh, that's gonna be a problem. I can already tell that's gonna be a problem. Let's see. This direction. I'm trying to have some foresight here. And I've got to figure out, oh, this is what I was going to say, something about the music. Make sure it doesn't have a copyright problem. Because I had one that had a little bit of an issue. I thought I had linked the Toon Tank, but I guess I hadn't. Anyway, I need to make sure everything's on the up and up this time. There are no issues. All right, let's try this one. Hopefully this won't bang around so much. It'll be so noisy. Maybe if I keep it at a decent speed, it won't do that. How many of you saw that coming? All right, of course. Choice words, choice words. Where's my F-bomb when I need it? Just kidding, it's not that bad. Got it. Huh. Did that little piece break? Try that again. Maybe I need to pull some out so we don't have that problem. Okay, in editing, I observed that the first part of my audio was cut off. That says the important part of why I put yarn in the freezer. I got the cashmere yarn from Armchair Chef Lori. I went to see how it would look with the yak yarn that I got from Lexi Helix Stitchcraft. They'll both be tagged. And that's when I saw the little moths. Again, I've had those little moths all summer long, so. And I figured natural fibers were probably my most likely issue. So I wanted to say that. Then I got a phone call. I bleeped out that sound, but at the same time, I got the phone call. It got all messed up here. So we're going to try to finish this. I'm going to have to do the same thing with the white, but there's a lot less white left. So maybe I'll film it, but it may not go in this video. It just depends on how long everything takes. Okay, we're gonna hopefully okay, it's done. I think I'll kick up the white off camera and then just show you the cakes at the end. This was that was 7 ounces remaining. This was 9 ounces remaining of a worsted weight 4, which in my opinion is a true 4. Not it's just 1 pound Premier yarns. At one point, you were able to get this in the Dollar Tree, but for $5. $5 for a pound of yarn is amazing. It's 1,000 meters. No, 982. I think it is 1,000. No, 982 yards, 898 meters. The 1,000 meters is the big twist plus. I just remembered. Anyway. Okay, we'll be back after I've got the white done. Hi there. Okay, there was 6 ounces of this left. And you can see I kind of fit it all in there. This cake I had to squish up. There were 9 ounces of this left. So you can see I used significantly more white than black on this right here. And it's cute, cute, cute. That will get washed and sent off shortly. And so that's my yarn management. Well, except for the stuff that's in the freezer, which, yeah, I'll tell you about that when it comes out of the freezer. So maybe you'll hear about that on Friday. This is Monday. Yeah. I'm recording before that. It went in the freezer on Friday night. But if I have to do pull it out, let it warm up, put it back in the freezer, then yeah, it's going to take me a little extra. Anyway, that's my yarn management Monday. Those will go back where they were. I will also be finding a home for this. And then I'm also giving some yarn to my neighbor. So that's my yarn management for now. And yep. Oh, wait. Before I do that. So remember how I said that my older stepdaughter, the middle stepdaughter, but the oldest in the house, came up and asked me about why there was yarn in the freezer, because she thought maybe because she knew I was having migraine stuff, that I put it in there and they didn't realize. Anyway, apparently, because she thought it was so funny, she calls her 15-year-old sister, sorry, she had a birthday, 15-year-old sister up and says, hey, look in the freezer. And the 15-year-old's like, what? And the 17-year-old goes, there's yarn in the freezer. And the 15-year-old goes, maybe she wants to make a cool project. Yep. She's hilarious. Apparently, my husband made exactly the same joke, completely separately. Yes. The yarn's in the freezer because I'm going to make a cool project. Sorry. Y'all had to hear the rest of that. So, yes, good times. So, if you ever have to put yarn in the freezer, your answer to the reason is because I'm going to make a cool project. And on that, now, thanks for coming in. Can I get an amen?